everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make green leaf salad with asparagus and enoki mushrooms and a gorgeous Napa Valley blood orange sesame vinaigrette. This is going to be fantastic. So what I'm starting with is a pot on my stovetop. I'm preheating it with water and a little bit of salt. We are going to quickly boil these asparagus, blanch them I guess, and we need to prepare them first. So they've already been washed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to snap off the ends. They're going to naturally break where they want to, and there you go. So these little ends can be used in soups and stews. Put them in a resealable plastic bag in your freezer. That just shows you where the asparagus is tender and where it gets more woody. And the more woody parts, they're not so tasty, so we're not going to do that, okay? So go ahead and just snap all of your asparagus. And I'm just going to set these aside until my water is ready. I'm going to add a lemon slice just to keep my asparagus nice and green and give it just a hint of a lemony flavor. Next, what I've done is I've cleaned off, I've rinsed that under cold water, a nice head of green leaf lettuce. It looks beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break that into pieces, taking out any really thick ribs if you want to, removing any ugly spots if there are any, and just putting them into nice bite-sized chunks so that when you're eating it and it's all full of your dressing, it's not slapping you on the face. You don't want a big giant piece that you can't fit on your fork. So I'm going to finish that with this whole head of lettuce, and I'm actually going to dry it. I have my salad bowl that I'm going to serve it in prepared with some dry paper towels, and that's going to help dry off my leaves. You want the leaves to be dry. You don't want them to be soaking wet because oil and water don't mix. So our vinaigrette, which is going to have quite a bit of oil, won't want to stick on the leaves. It'll just run off, and that's not what you want. So you're going to use a salad spinner or dry it off as best you can. By the time we're done assembling this whole salad, the leaves should be relatively dry anyway. All right, I'm just drying these guys off, but in the meantime, my water has started to boil. So I'm going to let these asparagus go for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes or so. I just want them to be tender. I don't want them to be mushy on my top of my salad. I want them to retain a little bit of their integrity there, but I don't want them to be crunchy either, okay? So I would say 4 or 5 minutes is ideal. Into the water they go. Bring that back up to a boil and turn it down to a simmer for that 5 minutes. This salad is going alongside a gorgeous lemongrass pepper beef with rice tonight, so make sure you check out that recipe as well. So just do your best. If you need more towels, just go ahead and do that. Just lift them up, get all in there. Well, I have a handful of fresh parsley that I'm just going to chop up. If you wanted to use cilantro, you could do that. Whatever kind of fresh herb you have that you really enjoy. I'm trying to stay with a more Asian theme, so this is just going to be kind of a background spice, just to give some nice balance. Finally mince that up and add that to your salad. I'm just going to toss that in with the lettuce now, so that's evenly distributed. Everything else I'm going to kind of arrange on the top, and we're not going to mess with it until we serve. So get that mixed in. Some chili flakes, because I like everything just a little bit spicy, and I freshly ground some nice pepper, and I'm going to sprinkle that all on top as well. No salt, because salt will wilt your greens, and that's not what you want before dinner. All right, so I've got these gorgeous enoki mushrooms, and these are an Asian mushroom. They have really long stems. They're all in one bunch here like that, and they've got little tiny tops, and they are extra delicious. They're nice raw, and they're nice cooked. Today we're just putting them in raw, and I'm going to cut that bottom bit off. Again, save that for soups and stews. It's awesome. You can cut pretty close to that stem end. These aren't very woody. And these I'm just going to arrange nicely all around in a starburst pattern. It'll be a nice foundation for this salad. Beautiful. That white and the green. Just kind of peel them apart. So that's what I've done all the way around, okay? Now today we're making a gorgeous blood orange dressing, and I'm going to need a little bit of the juice. However, I am going to need some zest as well. Now, if you've never seen a blood orange, these are fantastic. They have the typical looking orange skin on the outside, but it does have some beautiful colors of pinky, maroony red, okay? Now the inside looks like a citrus fruit, however, the orange itself is a dark crimson color, so like blood. That's why they're called blood oranges, and they are only in season once a year, so you have to get them while you can. Now, first things first, I'm going to zest some of this because I don't want to waste it. We're going to use that in our dressing, our salad vinaigrette. Also, be sure to check out our video for how to make a blood orange meringue puff pastry pie. You're gonna love that. So only take that outside layer. You don't want to get into the pith because that is very bitter. I try to zest my citrus fruit before I cut it if I can. It's such a waste, I think, to just throw it out. It's not often you get blood orange zest. Okay, my asparagus has gone for 5 minutes. Just stick a knife into the bottom of the stalk and see if they're nice and tender enough for you. These guys are perfect. Drain those off and let them cool down before you throw them on this salad. In the meantime, I'm going to section off some of this blood orange. So I'm going to cut the bottom off so it lays nice and flat on my cutting board. Not into the fruit, just through the pith. Okay. I like to take a filleting knife so that I can kind of bend this around. So you want to cut underneath that pith as close as you can to the fruit as you can without wasting it. And cut that pith off, all of it. Look at this color inside. Unreal. Now you're going to be able to see where that orange is separated into different pieces, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to cut right next to that membrane on both sides towards the center. And you're going to section them out and get just the fruit out so that no one has to eat any of the membranes. They're going to look so beautiful on this salad. Basically, that's what you're going to get, just all blood orange. And do that with a whole blood orange. Look at these gorgeous blood orange segments. Aren't they just stellar? Now, before you throw out those membranes, they still likely have a little bit of juice in there because you can't possibly be perfect. So what I'm going to do is just gather it all together, grab my bowl for my salad vinaigrette, and I'm just going to squeeze the remaining juice from that membrane so that we get a little bit of the real blood orange juice into it. Don't waste it. So I got a good tablespoon's worth of the blood orange juice out of that. So I'm going to finish assembling my salad with my cooled down asparagus, and I'm still just going to continue with this starburst theme from the stalks in the center through to the heads of the asparagus at the outer edges. So just go and make a starburst. You could, if you wanted to, make these into smaller stalks or smaller pieces of asparagus if you want, but I'm going to leave them whole today and give people the options. Just tuck the ends of the asparagus underneath so that everything just looks like a starburst pattern. Now I'm going to add the blood orange into the center so it's kind of like a flower, and I'm just going to be ever so careful. These are a little bit delicate, right? So just fan them out too. This is for presentation purposes. Everyone's going to get a little bit when you serve it. And I'm going to sprinkle some sunflower seeds, some hulled ones. They are just roasted, toasted up into the center. If you want to sprinkle them around in the salad as well, feel free to do so. I also cut up a nice little mini cucumber into little medallions, and I'm just going to place those between my asparagus spears for some added interest, a little bit more nutrition, and some nice crunch. And there is an absolutely gorgeous salad. It looks even prettier if I could tip it more, but I can't, so make sure you check out the photos of this. It's just unbelievable. Now let's get started with this vinaigrette. Okay, so I have myself a nice small mixing bowl for this vinaigrette, and don't forget I've squeezed the membranes. I sectioned out that blood orange for my salad. So I squeezed the membranes and I got about a tablespoon of blood orange juice. So if you didn't do this salad, you can use, maybe a quarter of a blood orange and just use the juice from that. If you don't have blood orange, then I guess you could use just regular orange, you could use lemon, you could use lime. But I have it today and that's what we're using. So I'm going to get started by telling you we're using this awesome vinegar from Napa Valley Vinegar Company. This is their blood orange vinegar. It actually has blood orange puree in here as well. And man, it's tasty. Check out my review on this. I've done a ton of different recipes with it. You're gonna love this, okay? So that's going to be in here too. Let's start with some dry ground mustard. I'm going to add about a teaspoon's worth of that. You could use hot mustard if you want to, if you like it really spicy. If you wanted to use prepared mustard, feel free to do that too, okay? I have some freshly ground pepper I'm using. Just eyeball it to your own tastes. Instead of salt, I'm using some soy sauce today. So maybe half a teaspoon of that. All right, I've used about a tablespoon of honey. You could use marmalade here. You could use honey, agave nectar, whatever kind of sweetener you like, even if you have a nice jam of some kind, okay? I reserved some of the zest from the blood orange that we used, and I'm going to add just a little bit of that in there as well. I'm gonna finally grate some fresh ginger. I'm looking for about maybe a teaspoon's worth into my bowl. That goes into my bowl. Now, if you like garlic, please use 1 clove of fresh garlic, finely minced. I'm not using garlic today. Not everyone enjoys garlic here. So we're gonna add this awesome vinegar from Napa Valley Vinegar Company, and I'm going to add maybe a tablespoon's worth. Eyeball that. And I'm going to add some grapeseed oil. Now you could use canola oil, you could use grapeseed, peanut, sunflower, whatever it is you desire. You could even use olive if you want to. But this is a little bit more flavorless, and because I want all the other flavors to really shine through. So if you're using 1 part vinegar, I want you to use 3 to 4 parts of the oil. And I'm using some sesame oil. That's gonna help flavor everything. Now, sesame oil, beware. Only use a few drops, literally. If you use more than a few drops, it's just gonna overpower everything, and that's not what you want. You want that nice nuance, but you don't want to overpower, okay? A couple drops, literally. And that will be plenty. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of sriracha sauce. I like my things spicy. All right, so let's get going here and start whisking this all up till it's an even consistency. If you wanted to add chives to this, you could definitely do that, or any kind of other fresh herb like parsley, or cilantro even. Just whisk everything up till it's evenly combined. So do a taste test to make sure that the seasonings are appropriate for your taste. This is going to be the crux of the whole entire salad. Well, that's good. Tangy. Sweet, just a hint of the sesame, nicely seasoned. It might need just a little bit more of a salty flavor, so a little bit more soy sauce. And I think that we are right on point. Perfect. So that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to pour it into a serving jar. That is really delicious. That blood orange just jumps out, and that's what we wanted to feature today. All right, so we have to break up our pretty salad that looks so beautiful, but that's okay. We're gonna try it and I'm gonna tell you how awesome this salad is with this dressing. Okay. So you wanna make sure that you get a little bit of everything. The lettuce, the enoki, the asparagus, the cucumber, and the blood orange, as well as the little sunflower seeds in the center. So just get yourself a nice little piece of real estate here. And if you do it right, you can even have it in the bowl with a little bit of the spray. So it kind of gives a little bit of the idea of what you had in the large bowl. Okay, so let's get some of this lovely vinaigrette on top here. Be generous as you like. Oh boy, that's gonna be good. All right, it's time to try this gorgeous piece of art. Oh, the blood orange is the main character. That's for sure. Oh, so delicious. That vinaigrette is outstanding. Not to mention that you have chunks of real blood orange in here. What more could you want? You can taste all of those beautiful flavors in there. You can taste the sesame and that ginger. You can even taste the sriracha. The blood orange vinegar is outrageous, and I'm glad I used grapeseed oil because it let everything shine through. It just accentuated this amazing salad. Beautiful, fresh, crisp lettuce with nice, tender asparagus stalks that look so beautiful. Those enoki mushrooms add a lot of interest and a lot of flavor as well. Citrusy, sweet, spicy, perfect. Mmm. Mmm. Healthy for your body, healthy for your eyes. There's something about serving food that is aesthetically beautiful as well. Mmm. Mmm. What a treat. The asparagus is perfectly tender. I couldn't ask for anything better in this salad. Absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. You're gonna love this salad. I hope that you try both of these recipes for the salad and the vinaigrette. You're gonna love it. Check out winecountryKitchens.com online for this awesome blood orange vinegar, as well as their whole line of fruit vinegars that come from them. Really, really delicious. They also have a balsamic line with fruit puree in them. They are just ridiculously tasty. Everything is good. So that's how you do it. That's how you make a green leaf salad with asparagus and enoki and a gorgeous Napa Valley blood orange sesame vinaigrette. You're gonna love it. Make sure you get some blood oranges and try them out. Experiment with them. They're really beautiful and very, very tasty. They're nice and sweet. Anyhow, that's it. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find my channel on Roku. It's Cooking with Kimberly. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.